The whirlpools of the North Atlantic. 1847. A British merchant vessel drifts southwest of Iceland on a night without wind. Ahead the crew sees it, a circle, 300 yards across, perfectly round, perfectly still. The water inside it reflects the stars like polished glass. The sea around it moves, the circle does not. The ship begins to turn. No one gave the order, the wheel does not respond, and the Doris Gray is never seen again. This is the mystery of the whirlpools of the North Atlantic. Throughout the 19th century, the North Atlantic was the most heavily traveled ocean on Earth. It was also the most feared. Fog banks that swallowed entire convoys, storms that arrived without warning, and between the known dangers, something stranger, something the charts could not explain. Beginning in the 1830s, captains began filing reports with the British Admiralty and Lloyd's of London. They described vast circular formations appearing on the surface of the open sea. No wind preceded them, no current caused them. They simply materialized, held for minutes or hours, and then vanished. By 1890, more than 170 such reports had been officially recorded. A Norwegian captain named Erik Nordahl described the surface as luminous, as though the water itself produced a faint, cold light from below. A Royal Navy lieutenant reported that the stillness was so complete, his men experienced vertigo, unable to distinguish the sea from the sky. Others wrote of a low hum, rising through the hull, felt in the teeth and the bones of the hands. The circles were always round, not roughly, not approximately, perfectly 50 yards across, or 500. The water inside was smooth as a lens. Ships that drifted too close began to rotate, slowly at first, then faster. The spiral tightened, the temperature dropped, as much as 20 degrees in minutes. Frost formed on the rigging, lanterns dimmed, compasses spun, and then just as suddenly the circle would fade. The surface would roughen. The wind would return. And whatever had been there was gone. No wreckage was ever recovered from the ships that did not escape. No debris, no bodies. They were simply absent, as though the ocean had closed over them and sealed itself shut. The Victorians tried to explain them. Subsurface volcanic eruptions along the mid-Atlantic ridge, generating temporary vortices, colliding ocean currents, forming unstable circular flows where warm and cold water met, underwater landslides displacing millions of tons of seawater, shifting tectonic plates opening and closing fissures in the ocean floor. But the theories never held. The circles were too precise, too silent, too deliberate. And so other explanations emerged, remnants of ancient cataclysms, the scars of a world that broke apart long before recorded memory. Living whirlpools, entities made of water and motion, older than anything with a name, or the most unsettling possibility of all, that the circles were not formations. They were thresholds, openings between one world and another, and the ships that entered them did not sink. They crossed. By the turn of the 20th century, the reports stopped. Steam replaced sail, radar replaced intuition, and the ocean became a highway instead of a mystery. But the North Atlantic has not changed. It is still cold, still dark, still deeper than we have ever fully measured. And somewhere beneath its surface, in waters no satellite has mapped and no submersible has reached, the circles may still be forming, still turning, still waiting. What opens in the deep does not always close.